Good morning, good morning, good morning. What a glorious, glorious morning to be alive. Oh, the joy of the Lord is my strength this morning. Oh, I woke up this morning not feeling my best. But I had to remember that the joy of the Lord, that I was still here. Going back to Monday's reflection of waking up and discovering that you're in the same place that you laid down. That's enough to give you joy. Like, Lord, I thank you that I'm still here. But I often wonder, people always say, when people don't have the pleasure of waking up in the morning and the Lord called them on home, people say they're in a better place. That particular statement resonates inside of me because when people say you're in a better place, and then you got some people say that you're in the best place. Oh, you're above dirt. Which one is a better place? To be here or to be there? We don't know what there is like. We only read about it. We heard about it. But we know what here is like. Why? Because we're here. We're in this thing called life. And when God created us, for those of you that believe in God, He created us so that we can make His day glorious. And glorious is attached to joy. Because God gets so much joy when He sees us living out our full potentials, us living in our truth, living in our true selves, discovering who we are in Him, discovering our purpose. Why was we created? Why was I born? Why am I here? Am I here for people to beat up on me and mistreat me and hurt me? Or am I here to make God's day glorious? We got to stop and ask why we're here. You got to discover your purpose. And then that way, when you wake up in the morning, I'm sure that you will find your day to be glorious. Because you'll be intentionally moving towards the things that you know that makes you happy. And the things that bring you joy. Oh, we're not saying block out all the people. Just some of the people. Because most of the time, it's a person that's attached to your unhappiness. Or it's a thing that's causing you not to be joyous. We got to move those things out of our way. We got to move those things out of our way. Oh, I'm speaking from experience. Speaking from experience. We have a tendency to want what we want and not accept that everything that we want is not for us. And sometimes we tug and we tug and we tug and we tally with stuff that we know we need to do away with. Joy comes when we realize that we got a lot of unnecessariness that's holding on, that's causing us not to have our fullness of joy. Oh, this your girl, Juslee. I'm here to bring it to you this morning. I'm going to be on this thing 3 times a week, sending you some love and some joy. Some of these mornings, I'm going to tap in and do a live Zoom. Catch some of you early birds that want that worm. See if you can get on up and join me, and we can do live. I want you to come just as you are. I'm not looking for all that stuff. I'm not looking for the makeup and all that stuff that we do to make ourselves feel good on the outside. To make us feel good on the outside. Or should I say make us look good. But it ain't about what looks good on the outside. It's about making sure that when you get outside, that you have the joy of the Lord that will muster you through whatever it is that may be causing you to feel inadequate, to make you feel like you don't belong. Honey, if you woke up this morning, you belong in this society. You belong here. Yes, you do. And don't you let nobody else tell you that you don't. And don't you let nobody else make you feel like you don't. Because you are entitled to be up in this here thing just like everybody else if the breath of life hit you this morning. We got to stop letting yesterday's trouble just spear into our happiness of today. How many of y'all know that trouble don't last always? Trouble lasts as long as you leave it in that spot. Sometimes we got to learn how to do away with things that don't mean it's no good. A lot of the reasons why we can't experience the fullness of joy is because we're fooling with stuff that we need to drop like it's hot. Y'all know, stop playing. Stop playing with your happiness. Stop playing with your joy. Happiness and joy lies within you. I can make you laugh. And I can make you happy for a moment. But joy is everlasting. It's something that you have to have inside and possess it. And pull it down. Pull on that thing. Hold on to that joystick. I said a joystick. Oh, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Quit playing with me this morning. I need for y'all to grab that joystick when you're in the midst of some trouble, when you're in the midst of sorrow, when you're in the midst of pain, when you're in the midst of anything that goes up against your peace. I need you to tap into that joy. In the book of James here in the Bible, for your Bible readers and your Bible believers, just because you read it don't mean you believe it. And just because you believe it don't mean you do it. Come on now. I'm just talking for this morning. Now, I ain't chastising and ramming through and all that old stuff. I'm not beating up on nobody this morning. I'm just saying that if we would just follow what we believe. Just follow it. I'm just telling you what has worked for me, and I'm sure it'll work for you. In the book of James, it speaks on, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find it because I want to read it. And it just talks a little bit. Here it is. The first book of James, the book of James. You know, the epistle James. The one that was rocking with Jesus. Y'all know I'm talking about him. That's him. He said trials and temptations. Because sometimes we lose our joy in the midst of those things. But in the first book of James, he says here, consider it pure joy, my brothers and my sisters, whenever you face trials of many kind. He said, count it all joy. Why? Because he wants you to lean on him. He wants you to depend on him. So that's the good thing about the joy, is that once you got joy and you understand how to operate and use it, oh girl, you winning. You winning. You winning. So I just want you guys to encourage you to tap into joy. Tap into that thing. It's in there. Tap into it. I don't care what is trying to block you. You better get it out the way. Pull that joy thing up on you. Boy, because the joy of the Lord is my strength. Even though some days I don't feel like it, right? Like now. But obedience is better than sacrifice. And I promise that I'll come up here and give you guys as much joy as I have to give you, to encourage you to keep in this race. We're in this race. It's going to all be over one day, but until that, man, you keep running. You run your race. You run it with grace. You run it with joy. You run it with happiness. You just run till you get to the finish line. And then you become a winner because you didn't let nothing stop you from having joy. And as I leave you this morning, I just want to let you know that the joy of the Lord is your strength. And whatever you do, I want you to tap into that joy, because it's going to pull you up out of any and every situation. God bless you. This is your girl, Juslee. And I'm so looking forward to seeing you on Friday morning. God bless you. This is Hump Day. And take that joy to get you over this day. Love you and see you soon.